Good morning, all. My name is Jagendra Singh. Title of this paper is Fusing Management and Deep Learning to Develop Cutting-Edge Convolution Agent. In the abstract of this paper, the use of conversational agent is recognized as a significant technology achievement that make use of recent advances in machine learning and processing of natural language. These agents, which are considered to be the computer program, enable effortless communications with the user in natural language. Conversation bots have a lot of potential thanks to the recent integration of processing of natural language and artificial intelligence. So, in order to create an intelligent conversational bot, this research paper delves deeply into the incorporation of deep learning techniques, the implementation of a sequence-to-sequence simulations, strength by a structure consisting of encoders and decoders is the main focus. A long short cell memory recurrent neural network occupies the focal point of this architecture. The encoder phases is in charge of understanding user inquiries and the decodes facts produce appropriate responses, resulting in an expert conversational system. So, in the introduction part of this paper, one of the most effective use of recent advancement in artificial intelligence and the processing of natural language, which are being used often in recent years, is conversational agents such as these are programs on computers that can interact with humans and speak with them in everyday language. These are frequently employed to automate shopping, hotels, and travel reservations, among other tasks. These might also be included in website, mobile apps, messaging services, and other communication channels. So in the past, retrieve models are manually constructed rule-based architecture have been used to build conversational bots. Neural network has taken the place of these conversational models with the introduction of deep learning. So particularly near the neural machine translation and the development of agent bots require recurrent encoder-decoder models. So using deep learning models methods, we created a conversational AI in this study. The encoder-decoder architecture of the sequence model was utilized. The encoder-decoder employ LSTM cell in the recurrent neural network. So in the related work sections, we just mention few facts about that. So a conversational agent also referred to a chatbot. Embodied is computer program proficient in enlarging in natural language conversations with humans. These interactions can span from uncomplicated role-based mechanisms to more sophisticated AI-driven applications using natural language system understanding. So the agent capitalized on the applications of machine learning and natural language processing algorithm techniques to decode and comprehend user inputs. So subsequently formulating a response in a coherent natural language manners. These dynamics applications often serve to automate diverse tasks encompassing customer services, e-commerce, transactions, and travel bookings, among others. So seamless integration of these agents into mobile apps, website, and social platforms bolster user experience by furnishing prompt and tailored response. So in this figure, we can see the conversation agent usual architecture is this. So in this, there is a like some kind of interconnection between NLU and NLG, natural language understanding and natural language generation. And direct communication is there, and we have some backend. So in this, we are just capturing all the things. So we can see text in natural language. What is the weather? So today is like this kind of message we can see. So we can send a message to the machine. Machine will based on the deep learning will decide what to answer, and it will answer according to the question. So the background knowledge for this artificial neural network called recurrent neural network that create especially for the processing of sequential inputs such as text and sound, because some kind of memory is also there and sequentially it will process. So RNN may receive a recurrent neural network may receive variable length sequences as inputs such as v is equals to v1, v2 and to vn. So and then use recurrent loop to generate a series of hidden states x is equals to xx1, xx2 and xsv. So this is a contrast to feed forward neural network which handle inputs of a set durations as seen in figure 2 of the research paper. There is sometimes referred to as unrolling the network. So QG and QK are the network weights where X is used as the input sequence, X2 is the used to sequence for the output, X is the occurrent state progress, and so on. So because RN implementation cannot recall long-term dependencies, so they are rarely employed for extended sequence and are difficult to train. So as an illustration, consider the statement that follow is one of the southeast of the country. So it is one of the among micro popular tourist destinations. So it is possible that the RNN will overlook the relationship between term Arcadia and it. So methodology for this paper, if I talk about, so 5 steps make up our strategy for this study. To begin, the import and desired data, level 1 in figure 3. So following phase involved data preprocessing, level 2. The third phase involved splitting the data into two sets, training set and the testing set. So that is only level 3. A sequence to sequence model that include an encoder decoder design and LSTM cells of both part is created in fourth phase, labeled by level 4. After being comprehended by an encoder, this also generates the answer. The client input is decoded. The train model is used to interact with user after being saved. Level 7, level 8, and level 9. So we can see in the complete figure. So that is overview of our model. So user is there, input text is there. So import libraries and the retrieve data is there. Data pre-processing is there. Now that after the data pre-processing, data will be splitted and build the model, train the model, test the model, do all the internal process and save the model and then will response for the input text. So if I talk about the result and experiment, so the data set, so conversation agent referred to be kernel movie dialog corpus was developed using data taken from kernel university. So corpus is substantial achieved for chats and wealth of text. So second is data preprocessing. If I talk about preprocessing, as its number of related subtasks is an important step in processing the data from sequence to sequence model training. We initially created a dictionary that connected every dialog according to its corresponding ID. The first file, we compiled a list of all next discussion in the second file. After this, we need data splitting. These subset of data are created in instruction set, set of validation, and a set of tested. The training set refers to the subset of information that was utilized for training the model. So here we can see encoder and decoder architecture is there, some kind of processing and how it will go and how it is taking the input, how it is producing the output also, it is shown in the figure. So Keras and TensorFlow are open source software library used to build and instruct deep learning models which are then used to build models for sequencing utilizing encoders based deep learning. Decoders architecture based on LSTM. Keras is high level neural network API created in Python that sit on top of the TensorFlow. So there is use of already constructed layers, including LSTM. Data architecture which we have developed using API is shown in this figure. So if I talk about the result and experiment, so in this result, we discovered that the best performance was achieved with the following parameters: 10 apples, 0.001 learning rate, batch size of 32, total 250 CRSTM cells. Following training, the model developed had an appropriate training accuracy of 90.65% and an approximate validation accuracy of 89.37%. We ran our model upon the test set and precision was 83.50%. So table 2 display the outcome of our investigations. So we observed excellent precision on initial training data but poor performance on the verification data, suggesting that the output of our model are frequently overfitted. Overfitting can be avoided using regularization techniques such as dropout, earlier stop, adding more data to the model. So here we can see there are 4 configurations: 1, 2, 3, and 4. Training accuracy is also there, validation accuracy is there, and testing accuracy is there. So for if I conclude this paper, so in this paper we provide a practical illustration of the question and answer conversation board, shedding light of a development through natural language processing and deep learning techniques. The foundation of our implementation designed on sequence to sequence architecture, coupled with the utilization LSTM cell, which have proven to be instructed in enhancing the board conversation capabilities. We delve into the instruction of how this model is crafted, detailing the step-to-step process of integrating the sequence-to-sequence framework and essential by leveraging this technique. The board became adopted at understanding input queries and generating coherent response with human-like interactions. This not only underscore the power of deep learning but also emphasize the progress made in natural learning process. Furthermore, the article offers a comprehensive showcase of the outcome derived from rigorous training sessions. So it highlights the evolution of model response over the training durations and the scoring ability to learn and adapt from the conversation. So it is the conclusion of the research that we have done in this paper. So thank you very much for listening.